Want longer-lasting sex? Bonk longer? Better sex? Like the plagues that were cast upon the Egyptians, the selling of improved sex has been cast upon Australian society in engulfing proportions. Billboards, newspapers, TV, shopper dockets, and a variety of radio ads peddle to men and women the opportunity to enjoy themselves in ways they never thought possible. These, however, are not campaigns to help those who suffer from genuine sexual problems. Rather, it is a blunt form of social engineering, which strives to reshape the understanding of the human person and the sexual act. From a commercial point of view, some of the campaigns have been a great success because they make men wonder if their sexual acts are deficient and women wonder if they are obtaining the necessary amount of sexual pleasure. And because of that, people are willing to spend up big to fix the alleged problem. In practice, though, the ads have little to do with health and even less to do with love in relationships. We've become very used to the phrase sex sells, and it is true. Sex sells everything from cars to toothpaste. What is happening with recent campaigns, however, is particularly harmful because they are not using sex or nudity to sell a product. Rather, they are selling a new vision of sex under the guise of medical treatment. The fact that these campaigns are a marketing success is a bit of an indicator of the priorities in modern society. If they were selling ways for couples to love each other better, then that would be great. But as most of us know, sex can easily be separated from love. It does, however, tell us something about ourselves that sometimes we forget. Every single one of us, male and female, young and old, Christian, Muslim or atheist, is searching for love, for a connection. Deep within every heart lies a spark that impels the human person throughout their lives to pursue what is true, good and beautiful, even if they are totally mistaken about where to seek it. Even though the modern world has declared sex to be no more than a recreational activity, it does not really resonate with our experience. Our maleness, our femaleness, our sexuality and acts of sexual intercourse carry a meaning deep within them, one that for all our trying, we cannot seem to shake off. The biggest problem with the ads we see on our billboards is not their directness or even their crudeness. It is their distorted view of the human person, and following from that, their view of human sexuality. It contains a view of the human person and sexuality that we call utilitarianism, a consumer-like mentality that tragically has been applied to people. When we live with a utilitarian mindset, the human person becomes another object for our use or abuse. We see the extreme examples of this throughout history in slavery, totalitarianism and abortion. And each one of us must be on constant alert for it in our own lives, especially in regards to sexuality. Pope John Paul wisely noted in his philosophical work, Love and Responsibility, that as beautiful as the act of sexual intercourse is, there are more opportunities within the sexual relationship than in most other situations of treating a person as an object of use, sometimes without even realising it. Love and sex in our culture are often reduced to no more than lust. In fact, a billboard reading, "Lust longer," might more accurately bring home some of the dangers in such a campaign. The act of sexual intercourse is certainly a divine gift to be treasured and shared in marriage. But real love is not measured simply by the duration of one's sexual acts. John Paul too would remind us that love is a virtue. It is more than an emotion, and very much more than an excitement of the senses. Genuine love is an act of the will, and can only be what it is meant to be when it is something directed to another person in their entirety. Love cannot be called love when it directs itself merely to the body of a person. In the Garden of Eden after the fall, our first parents realised they were naked and they covered themselves. It was not that it suddenly dawned on them that they had no clothes on, but with the advent of sin, there came a new tendency to see the body before the person and to be tempted to use that body for our own gain. The man and woman covered themselves to protect their bodies from being used in a manner that was not respectful of them as human persons. This experience of our first parents is at the heart of the Catholic Church's vision of sexuality, morality and social justice. It is a holistic understanding that sees the beauty and value of the entire person and is not limited by any particular strength or defect of their body. The Church is not simply a moral watchdog who points out where things are going wrong. She exists to point the world towards a genuine joy. It is a joy that will not be found in drugs that promote longer-lasting sex, but in a genuine commitment to selfless love.